Yeah, this is Tim with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you as promised here, Eddie. We'll start out on a Google search page actually. We'll look at your website here in just a second. Now what I've typed in is roofing Chicago, Illinois here. I had your service area page just to kind of see where you were targeting and a good portion of Chicagoland, right? So some good areas within here as well that you can target. And you have started to do that with some of these different neighborhoods. Now there are some more in here from doing some research, like Arlington Heights, Schaumburg. Those have really good search volume as well that you would want to target and build out pages for within your website too. But back over to this Google search page here. And what I've typed in again is roofing Chicago, Illinois. And this is what we consider a buyer intent keyword. So it's got a lot of intent behind it for somebody looking for, somebody who provides a roofing service within Chicago, obviously very relevant to you. Now, the best way to try and rank for keywords like this is going to be organically. You can do it through this paid traffic, but the leads you can generate from this aren't always the best quality. The best quality leads are going to be these organic ones you can get through a business profile or through your website, right? So for a business profile, I believe you guys were in Burbank. So your business profile really is going to help you when it comes to those specific keywords involving Chicago. But you'd be able to basically get some leads about 5 to 10 mile radius outside of where your business profile is associated with. So it's still good to, be able to rank your business profile through Google. And it's going to do really well when somebody's, typing in roofing company near me and you're within that radius for them, right? Now, I'm going to talk about your website because this is where you can start to specifically target these different areas that you guys are servicing, how you've been doing it with these different pages, right? Now the question is, what area do you target for all the other pages of your website? And I would most likely say Chicago at that point because it's going to have a lot of keywords associated with it, a lot of search volume, a lot of variation about how people type and search things up. So this is where you can start to get very specific about what you're targeting per each of your page of your website too, which is going to be super helpful when it comes to ranking in Google's algorithms. Now we can see Matthews Roofing is going to be one of your top competitors in Chicago. So I did pull up their website for a quick little comparison in a program that I'll use here in just a minute. Now, back over to your website here again. What I consider a website, and I'm going to use an analogy of, using a vehicle. Let's say you want to go on a road trip and you're starting out here at point A and you're going to go and, head to point B. Now, the vehicle in this situation is going to be your website, okay? Now, before you go on a road trip, you're going to take, some attention to detail, make sure your oil is good at a good level, check your tire pressure, your brakes, things of that nature, to make sure that this vehicle will get you from point A to point B, right? And it's possible for it to do that. Well, the vehicle in this instance is your website. So you need to make sure your website is up to date, is optimized to the correct potential of getting you onto the first page of Google, which is point B, okay? Now, you can do that through a lot of different ways, but the main key is going to be the content that's within your website, okay? If we kind of scroll through, generally you're going to want about 500 words of content as a bare minimum on your home page, and we can see we're definitely below that. But you do have a decent amount of content so far, but you're going to want more, okay? Because the content has relevancy towards it. You're talking about what you guys do, about the company. We're bringing in all this relevant information within your website, and Google's robots or crawlers, whatever you want to call them, come through and read all of this stuff. Now, what it also allows you to do is place keywords within your content, and this is where you can really start to pinpoint to Google exactly what you're trying to rank for per each page of your website. Okay, so once you have all of that correct, now you're ready to move into the next aspect of it, which is putting gas within your vehicle, okay? So you got to supply your vehicle with gas to get from point A to point B as well. And that's what we would consider our off-page SEO, which is our strength and trust building with Google, okay? Now, I'm looking at this paid program called Ahrefs. It's giving me this dashboard of numbers, and this is targeted with your guys' URL, right? So we can see these first two numbers here are going to be a 1.6 and a 12, and this is strength and trust ratings that Google has for your particular website. Now, they're ranked out of 100, so truly you're going to need to build up a lot more strength and trust within Google, but really once you hit a benchmark of about 30 and above for each of these, you're going to be considered pretty powerful as a website at that point. Now you build that strength and trust out through backlinks, which is going to be any clickable text or image that links one website to another, that's simply put, and those are all held within these different referring domains. Now these referring domains are also very crucial because you need them to be authoritative, okay, and as authoritative as you can get. So authoritative meaning that the referring domains that are holding your backlinks already have great strength and trust within Google. So once you do acquire that backlink from them, it's going to help your ratings in return. Now also we can see you're indexing for just over 40 keywords, but it's not bringing you any traffic just as of yet, okay? So if I click on the keywords, we can see you are starting to index for some decent ones, right? Metal roofing Chicago, roofing for Oak Park. We have commercial metal roofing for Chicago. We have some gutter installation. We have some for Burbank. Another Oak Park there. We got some siding. Let's see here. Orland Park we have. So you got some decent keywords that you're starting to index for, but as we can see, the highest position is 32, 28. So very far back into the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and so on pages of Google for all these keywords that are going to be bringing you leads, okay? And again, from there, you're not really going to get any eyes on your website when you're that far back in a Google search. So here's a good example of what you can expect once you get on the first page, right, and start doing everything right. One thing we can see right off the bat is you're going to have to build that strength and trust, right? So one of your top competitors has pretty good strength and trust within Google. They're also indexing for quite a few keywords, right? Over 1,000 keywords for this particular company. One thing that'll help you out with this is going to be introducing a blog within your website, okay? So it helps you index for more keywords. It helps keep people keep people within your website longer. I apologize there, stumbling my words. And then also, it'll help throw relevant content at your website again. So those three things are all going to help with when it comes to being able to rank for these buyer intent keywords at a higher position and on the first page. But we're also seeing this company bring in over 2,000 traffic, right? And if we click on the keywords, we're going to start to see all these different roofing keywords for Chicago and just how well this company is dominating, right? So if you take just the top one, roofing Chicago, that gets 300 searches per month, and they're getting about 50% of that volume as traffic into their website because they're positioned too. See, they're at the very top of that page, right? So now what you can expect here is, what you're probably asking yourself is, okay, so they're getting almost 150 traffic from this one keyword per month. How much of that traffic is going to be reaching out to them, and being a lead for this company? Well, realistically, industry standard is around 25 to 30%. So this company is generating 50 leads a month on average. Not every month it's going to be maybe a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but that's average. 50 leads per month on average for just this one keyword. Another 50 here. Another, what would that be? Around 40, 45 there. Another 30 here. So on and so forth. So this company is easily generating over 100 leads per month on average, right? Without a question of a doubt, because there is thousands and thousands of search volume for roofing in Chicago alone, especially when you start targeting some of those outlying areas. So here's where you can see how lucrative this can be, especially when you do it to this high of a level as Matthews is, right? So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. I'm going to try and keep it under 10 minutes for you here, Eddie. If you have any further questions or concerns, or if you need me to elaborate on any of this information as well, feel free to contact me. I have contact info down below in the email. Anything from a phone call to a text to an email, I'll always get back to you if I don't get your phone call or if I don't answer it. So I hope to hear from you soon, even if it's any feedback from this video, if you think it's going to help you or not. I'd love to hear from you there as well. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.